John!
Titles provide the necessary exposition in a concise and clear manner. The visuals are spectacular. A lot of effort went into the costumes, sets, and special effects. Chelsea Murphy gives a strong performance. With her beauty and on-screen presence, I can imagine her having a fine career in front of her.
I really liked this. I liked how they set it up because instead of just jumping you right into the story and having you kind of try and piece it together as you're going, the little like intro that they had where it was setting the scene itself and like setting the stage essentially of like that they had harvested the sun and they figured out after that it was going to do irreparable damage and that you couldn't do anything about it, and this is what they were trying to do. And like this is what the project was called, because they took the time to kind of set all of that up. When they do jump you into the middle of the story, you're not like, who is this girl? Where is she? Why is she in an underground bunker? Anything like that. You already know. And so for me, it was easier to like sink right into the story because I did get the kind of background information that I needed to get to be able to not feel lost in the story, except when they wanted you to kind of feel lost, if that makes sense.
It's a really cool premise, and it stuck to some very simple primal relationships, and it was it felt like a big world, even though we really only saw a couple actors, and I thought it was very effective storytelling to create this whole world within a very compact perspective. So good job to the filmmakers.
I thought this was a really interesting piece. It feels like it feels like it belongs in like a larger narrative. Like the story feels really big, and it's cool to see it like boiled down to such a concise short film. But yeah, it's like it was cool getting like a little window into this already very developed world. And I feel like the filmmakers have like a lot of promise and potential if they wanted to expand on this and like add more stories to this world or tell like a more complex narrative. It was I thought it was really interesting, and the actress did a great job at supporting everything. So great job.
The space scenery was gorgeous. Loved that, and that feeling of being isolated in space was really present. I also love that they use a very capable young woman as the lead character to carry out this mission, which I don't think you see often enough. The layering of the narration on top of all the sequences, I thought was a great storytelling device, especially when the character was alone. It added a depth of the backstory and also the purpose of completing the mission. And just made it feel a little more atmospheric at the same time, too.
That it was about a woman. I'm glad that the story is being told about her purpose, her calling, and her meaning. And I'm glad that she was the lead and not the sidekick. And I'm glad that as the story was shifting, so was she. I'm glad that she was growing drastically. And I'm glad that she was on the journey of self-discovery.
I thought this one was really strong. I like the way the shots lend themselves to this feeling of isolation and loneliness. I thought that was really smart. The sets were brilliant. I thought they were just really well done and well decorated. And the CG was strong. It didn't at all ever pull me out of the story, and it actually helped propel it, which is always a plus. And then, it's sort of juxtaposed by this, just sort of this poetic, voiceovers and, which also sounded really great. So yeah, I actually thought this one was really good on all accounts.
Loved the sepia grainy feel in the opening scene. Absolutely was in awe of the elevator traveling. It was like you could see that how did they do that? The shot was just like, I felt like it was in the elevator shaft. So creative. The set design was absolutely amazing. Great special effects. Costumes, authentic. The sound was crystal clear. It was beautiful. The narrator's voice, rich, deep voice, and of course the diverse casting. I tell you, it is so refreshing to see all cultures and diversities being presented in these great films that I've been watching, and the music was enchanting.